three, and into the next life with Drew and me and Michael Beavers.
Hey, hey. Okay. For some reason, I thought that it was gonna be like something else, like it was like a jingle, that you like it was automated. I didn't know it was just you singing, just you singing the whole thing. Interesting. Okay. All right, bet. Like, I was like, you said there's an intro. I thought it was gonna be like to a computer doing it. I'm like, all right, but yeah, I'm glad to be.
So yeah, welcome to the Drew and Me podcast where we talk about movies, we talk about music, and we talk about whatever else we want to talk about. Today we are joined by Philadelphia comedian Michael
Yes,
Beavers.
sir. Yes, sir. Glad to be on. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I really appreciate you being on. Since it's the time of year, if you had to pick one pumpkin ice thing to have, what would that be?
One pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I thought pumpkin. Hold on. How many pumpkin spices are there? I don't do pumpkin spice. I think that's a. I think pumpkin spice is a Caucasian uh like element. I think that's a Caucasian. That's a Caucasian uh delicacy is what I would think. I'm not really familiar with pumpkin spice. Are you like what? I mean, I don't even know what the options. Like I've never had that. I don't do like latte.
Well, like you can have pumpkin spice coffee, pumpkin spice latte. They do a milkshake at Wawa. It's really good, actually.
I might have to try it sometime, but honestly, I've never felt compelled to do that. And I thought I felt like that's just not a part of my culture the way it is yours. But anyway, I mean, I'll maybe give it a try at some point. But yeah, I've never had anybody ask me about it. So now that you asked, I might actually be more invested in trying it. We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really a huge believer in it either until started trying things that were pumpkin spice, and I feel like it's good. W- w- Like for whatever reason, it's become popular in like recent years.
Hmm. Very interesting. Okay. Nice. All
Cool.
right. Fair enough.
Yep. So we're filming this October 19th. It's close to Halloween. It's October time. It's getting colder outside. And yeah, no, it's a good time to talk about movies we like. So Michael, if you had to pick a favorite movie, what would that be?
I'd probably go with Black Panther. Yeah.
Hmm.
Probably my favorite movie, I would say. I think I think just the cultural significance. I mean, I'm big into Marvel. I'm a big Marvel fan. Like those are some of my favorite movies. I keep up with all the new ones, even though people don't like it as much as of late. But I watch all these movies. And then that one is just like not only was it a Marvel movie, but it was like a black movie, and it really kind of
Yeah, yeah.
back against these stereotypes of African primitivism, and it just showed us in such a positive light that to see that representation was really significant, and it gets a movie that makes so much. So yeah, I mean that's probably the best one. I could watch it if it comes on television on cable. I could watch that any day. You know what I'm saying? Like I could rewatch over and over again. I can almost recite the lines. So that's probably the favorite one. I would say. You know,
Um, yeah, I haven't seen Black Panther actually.
are you
I've seen a
serious?
little bit of
One
Wakanda. Yeah, I've seen like half of Wakanda,
Wakanda Forever.
but I haven't seen the first one.
Oh wow, you saw some of the second one, but not the first one. That's crazy. So do you not watch Marvel? You not watch Marvel much?
Um, some Marvel, but yeah, I don't watch like all Marvel. I feel like from what I heard, I feel that Black Panther is a really solid film. I feel like Ryan Coogler is a really good director
Yeah.
and that they did something really special and like that it
Hmm.
has a good fan base and people seemed like really responsive to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, is a great director, and I think the acting, they had a lot of star power in the cast. A lot of great performances. And like the conflict and something that a lot of black people will resonate with too. It's like, I mean, anybody could potentially resonate, especially black people. Like we could identify with both the antagonist and the protagonist. And a lot of the characters and their own internal conflicts and internal strife. So yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of of value that I see in that movie, and the way that it helped us feel like seen, the way we haven't really felt seen, especially in like superheroes, where we're kind of always just like a sidekick. We're always just a buddy. In the black community, we're just like somebody's friend, and we're actually
Uh,
the
I feel
main
like
attraction.
there was a black Green Lantern, like there was a black Hal Jordan, I think, right?
No, no, his name is John Stewart. He was a Black Green Lantern, but yes, his name is John Stewart. Yeah, and they need to come out with. I heard they're coming out with like a Lantern series, which is good. But they should have always had. I feel like they should have had John Stewart from the beginning. They should have had him in the Justice League. They should have had another Green Lantern movie. They're taking a while, but like you know, they made Cyborg black in Justice League, which he was when he
Yeah, yeah.
that was he was the black guy in Justice League. I feel like it should have been Green Lantern. Like nobody. What is everybody that follows DC is like, what is Cyborg doing in the Justice League? Like nobody. This isn't Justice League. This isn't DC. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is nutty. You know what I'm saying? Cyborg is a Teen Titan. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, yeah. Like I guess they wanted some of like crossover appeal and like the audience from Teen Titans to watch the Justice League movie because they had Cyborg, or like they thought like they didn't want to do the Martian Man for some reason.
Right. It just makes no sense. Like, why would they not have like the Martian Manhunter? And so I don't know what DC is doing. Like, and I don't know. They had a whole thing, Black Adam and Shazam. That's so weird. Why would
Hmm.
they have both of those at the same time? You know?
Yeah, I didn't see
It,
Black Adam. I saw the first Shazam. I thought the first one was very good.
Oh, okay, I didn't see the first. I didn't see either Shazam. You didn't miss out on Black Adam with much. You didn't miss out. Honestly, you could save your money, save your time. Like it's not. I don't know if it's just really worth it. It was actually kind of like garbage. I mean, there's some entertainment value to it. I would say, if you like, but like as far as like movies go and plot, it's not. Uh, it's not something that I feel like it's really well put together or has a
Mm.
good storyline. Pretty poorly reviewed. Like, you can afford to miss it. I mean, you know, but yeah, I don't know. DC's doing some weird stuff. I just saw Joker recently too. Is
Mm.
Definitely didn't feel like I needed to spend my money on that, but I had already committed to it. You know, so
Okay.
but yeah, Marvel is definitely in the movie realm. They definitely got it over DC right now.
Oh, absolutely. The new Wolverine movie I thought was very good.
Yeah, agreed. Very much so. And I feel like I had to do so much research to catch, I mean, like to watch so many movies to kind of get the context for everything. Like I was binge watching so many X-Men movies, the Deadpool movies. I forgot. I didn't realize that I should have been watching Blade beforehand. I didn't even watch Blade beforehand, but I feel like I missed out by not seeing
Mm.
Blade for that movie, or Elektra for that matter. But yeah, I watched
Um,
all the movies.
I'm not sure about Electra. Like I like it's better in retrospect than it was when it came out. Like when it came out, people were like, "Oh, this is such a bad movie. This is such like a lame sequel for like the Daredevil movie and stuff like that."
Hmm.
But the Electra character is fine, and I thought the Electra character was good in the movie.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. No, she was like, I was like, they sold her, and I was like, who is this? And I was like, oh, Electra. I've heard that before, but I never really watched it. Never really peeped her like that. So, but yeah, that's a go. I need to probably watch that again. Like, I wish they had done like, there's some things that I wish they had done a little bit more of, or had some new characters in, or kept had some of the they brought some of the other characters in, back from X-Men, and um, like I thought we might see a little bit more people. But it was a good way to, cause like to kind of introduce that multiverse element. where like they're going to start to be integrated with the other Avengers, because like all these people that weren't there, they're going to be now be a part of things, because the universe is just continually expanding. The possibilities are like endless for what can be done.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see the Josh Trank Fantastic Four one. That was like the new one.
Oh, the one with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, the one with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I didn't see that one either. I mean, I heard it was god awful. So
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
heard
don't
that too.
know. Yeah. So I didn't. I mean, did you see the first two Fantastic Fours?
I saw the first one. It didn't wow me. Like I thought the action was not great.
Yeah.
They spent a lot of time on the Thing. Like I felt like he was the character they spent the most time with.
True.
The Jessica Alba character, the Invisible Woman, like I thought she was the most interesting. I didn't think the Doctor Doom character was good at all.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the movie left. I mean, I was hype about it because it came out when I was like 7 or 8, and my parents let me see it even though it was PG-13. So it was like it was actually I was hype and I have nostalgia about it and I enjoyed it. But like ultimately, when I look at it as an adult, it's not really that. It's pretty. It leaves a lot to be desired. It's pretty subpar, but it's better than the new one. The new one, I was like, first of all, how is Michael B. Jordan the Human Torch, and he's black? With all due respect, he's supposed to be sisters with Sue Storm. Like he's supposed to be the siblings with Sue Storm. So I never understood that part. Like if everybody's gonna be black, it should be Reed Richards or the Thing.
Yeah, like they probably should be two black characters, or I guess they could be adopted.
Yeah, maybe, but like that's still weird. Like, I mean, so I don't know. I don't know how they did that, but I just heard it was just so bad, it was just embarrassing. So,
Yeah, like I
BBC,
heard it was very grainy and like the textures, and it was a very darkly lit movie, so you couldn't really even like really see it. Like it was just like so darkly lit.
interesting.
Um, yeah, the director, Josh Trank, he got blacklisted from the industry for about like 4 or 5 years. I'm not sure if he's directed a movie since. I know he's worked as a producer.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
that was a pretty rough movie. But I thought it was cool that the Johnny Storm character was used in Wolverine. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah,
interesting how
because
they tried
right,
tying some
like
up.
because everybody was like, because and the turn on that where everybody thought we had Captain America, and it was Human Torch. Like uh, that was a really nice twist, and I found it to be really funny. Um, I wish I had seen it in theaters with more people, or I actually gone with people because like I saw it like by myself before it left IMAX, and like I didn't get to like enjoy and see other people's reaction to it the way that I would have liked. But ultimately, you know,
Yeah.
it was still a great time. Like, I really did enjoy it. I thought it was good. You know?
Yeah, I work in a movie theater, so I got to see the ending like 40 or 50 times, and the crowd always laughed at the end. Like they always thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. 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 I gotta watch it again for real. I might even go back and see it in theaters again for real because it was
yeah,
it was
it they did a re-release of it. It has a um they have it out now again. It's at least gonna be out for another week.
okay. Yeah, I might do that. I might do that really. So, but yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best movies to come out recently. It was very funny too. Like
yeah,
I thought it was a really
hilarious.
funny movie. Like superhero movies, like I feel like they all try to be funny, but like they're not all funny.
Yeah, no, I found it. I find Deadpool was hilarious. Um,
Yeah,
Deadpool movies are hilarious. So, you know, uh,
absolutely. I feel like Ryan Reynolds is a really talented actor. He's like super funny. Like he's like so quick on his feet, and he has a lot of jokes.
yeah, very quick witted. Yeah, I mean, he really just it's really being him. Deadpool is like he gets to be himself, which is very interesting. Like you're not
Yeah,
really acting.
yeah. Um, he's been in the game a while. Like, he started doing stuff in the late 90s. He was in a TV show called A Guy, a Girl in a Pizza Shop, and it was a sitcom. And there's like clips of it on like YouTube and stuff. And you can see he was funny then. And then when he did like Van Wilder and like stuff like that, like it really kind of catered to his like comedic talent.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that checks out. Checks out. Yeah. No, I'm a fan of those. I don't know. Some of his other movies, I'm not quite as well. I think I've seen a couple of his other movies, but like Deadpool was like that's quality work, quality stuff.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. Like it's a funny movie, but it has like good action too. Like you can kind of get lost in the action is really good.
Yeah. Agreed. For sure. For sure. So, you know, but yeah. I
Cool.
mean, yeah.
So you want to do a sketch?
So yeah. What a okay. So what does that entail?
Um, let's see. So I'm gonna share my screen with you. So it's gonna share everything, and then this is one I wrote a while ago actually, but I read it today and I thought it was still pretty good. So let's see. So can you see my screen?
Yeah. Let's see.
Serial Mayhem. And then it has characters. It has Fred and McFarland. Would you like to play a character?
Sure. Sure.
Do you want to be Fred or McFarland?
Um. Let's see. I mean, did you make it so that you would be like you or did you envision yourself as one of the character more so than the other?
Um, I've played both of them. So,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll
like,
definitely.
it,
Let's see.
if there's one that particularly like speaks to you,
Let's see. Let's see. Wait, go back up again. Let me see. I guess I guess I'll be McFarlane. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I'll be Fred. All right, Serial Mayhem. I'm in a cereal mood. What is your favorite cereal?
Count Chocula.
Ew,
Why you say ill? Why ill?
because there's nothing to it. It's just balls of chocolate powder.
Balls of chocolate powder or balls of chocolate power?
Irrelevant. Personally, I'm more of a Captain Crunch guy myself. He looks a fab in that. He looks so fab in that blue hat.
Okay, so what if we combine the two? With these powers combined, making Captain Chocula, or Count Crunch.
Count Crunch for sure. But how does that work? Do vampires eat crunch berries? Do vampires even eat?
Okay, you must remember that he is a chocolate vampire, so he eats chocolate. So Count Crunch would eat chocolate crunch berries.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so let's explore some other cereals. What if we combine Lucky Charms and Cocoa Puffs?
Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, yep, that's the name of the cereal. That's the name.
Cool. If we combine the two, we would have charmed cocoa.
Indeed. And what special abilities would Charmed Cocoa give you?
magical powers.
Okay, interesting. Interest peaked. And what would these powers do?
Kind of a Midas touch, only instead of gold, everything you touch turns to cocoa.
Okay, and this helps how?
Cocoa is a good source of natural sugar and can provide energy.
Are you sure? This sounds like a bunch of cavities waiting to happen.
That's why you take it in moderation.
Understood. Uh,
Yeah, thank you for that, Michael.
okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. Glad to indulge. I like very very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, cool. So, uh, we talked about this briefly before you got started. Like, do you have a favorite song right now? Like, is there a song you really like?
Like right now, yeah, I would say the song that I just added it's called Jealousy by Jordan Ward and Junie. That's probably my favorite song right this moment. Um but at the same time, oh, there's another song that I just found out, I just heard. It was called 315 by Russ. This came out a while ago. I just heard it for the first time. Like that's something I can't get out of my head that I always listen to. Um Also Ready for It by Kevin Ross and Eric Bellinger. That's up
Hmm,
there. Those are like my favorite songs right now that I'm constantly listening to. Um so,
okay.
like those are the ones, you know, I would say can't really complain, but yeah, like my favorite song. Like they've changed. Like I have a whole list of my favorite songs. Like if I were to tell you, that at one point, have been my favorite song. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, let me see, my favorite song. So just going back, if I go back really far, let's see. Um, Scientists and Engineers, Price Tag by Jordan Ward. Rich Baby Daddy was one of my favorite songs at one point by Drake and Sexy Red and SZA. So Innocent. It's a remix. Love Like This by Natasha Bedingfield and Sean Kingston. That was one of my favorite songs recently. I couldn't stop listening to that. Girl in the Picture by Mario. I heard that for the first time. I was like, there's so many songs that I was like, yo, this is like my jam right now. I don't say anything else. Or it's like, you know, Revel Vev by Kid Cudi, I got Kelly Clarkson, Since You Been Gone. Like I have so many songs that are like, yo, this was my favorite song. But it's like it all changes. It all changes in like a matter of time where like something will overtake it, um and then I'll be like, I'll be move on to another song to be my favorite. So
Yeah.
um but
I definitely haven't heard a Kid Cudi song I haven't liked.
see,
Like,
he makes bangers, doesn't he?
yeah, like
That
I can listen to all his stuff. It's so good. Like I think Erase Me is probably my favorite song of Kid Cudi's. Like, even though What I Am is a good one too.
Yeah, I think I mean, like the song, I don't know how exactly you're supposed to say that, but it's like Revolution, or that's probably my favorite of his. But also, um, I'm trying to think. I like a lot of his features too. Some of the songs, like his humming is top tier. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
His hums, you just listen to kick him. Yeah. Nobody hums like Kid Cudi, man. Nobody hums like him. So, um, I mean that, but yeah, that's probably my favorite song by him. I mean, Soundtrack to My Life is probably next.
That's
Um,
great. I love that.
yeah, so but yeah, he's a solid artist for sure. Classic, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, like that's just I got different song. I mean, like I feel like it's easier for me to say like a favorite artist than it is to say favorite song. But even then, it's still kind of hard because I still have a few. Like it's like J. Cole and her, definitely up there. Usher, like I got some
Mm.
some of my favorites for sure. Um, I got some. There's some good people out there. A lot of good people. Um, so you know, yeah, I can't really even complain. It's like I mean, I can't even. Yeah, it's hard to narrow it down. It's hard to narrow it down. All the songs out there be like, oh, what's your favorite? What's your favorite artist? Your favorite album? Like all of that stuff is not easy. There's just so much out there to listen to. You know, um, but I got deeply appreciate that. But I mean, even like R&B is probably my favorite genre. I will say that. I listen to R&B more than anything else. You know,
Mm. Yeah. Like I feel like I can listen to most Usher songs. I can listen to most like kind of for an older throwback. Boys to Men's really good too. I like Boys to
oh
Men.
yeah, 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 yeah. Anybody from like the '90s, they like grew up in the '90s, loves Boys and Men. They own the '90s for real. Um, like they got some bangers, no doubt. Um, you know, it's but yeah, '90s R&B is like I think I'm a little more biased towards 2000s R&B. I like 2000s a little bit more, but '90s is
Mm.
like right up there. I like the '90s as well. You know, yeah, it's solid.
Yeah. Like a lot of the '90s stuff was a lot of the stuff I grew up on, and I didn't really realize like it was stuff that was kind of just like playing in the background and
Right.
like stuff like that.
Yeah. 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 I mean, like I grew up on that stuff. Like, I mean, I'm born in '97, so like a lot of my stuff that I really remember is 2000s. That's where I really started to, grow up
Mm.
and start and hear things. But, you know, I always have appreciation for the '90s, even though it makes me wish sometimes I hear like I wish I was born, during that time. So I got to experience the '90s because '90s seemed like such a good time. You know?
Yeah, '90s was fun, man. Like it was cool. Yeah, like probably after this, I'm probably gonna go listen to some uh Lauren Hill.
Lauryn Hill, she has one of the best albums of all time, if not the best album of all time. Like Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, like that is certified. That's just a classic. It was a perfect album. You know, um, that's one of the greatest albums of all time. You know, and like some of her other things, like she really carried the Fugees. I feel like. I mean, well, Wyclef was on the production, but like in terms of like the lyrics and the music and like the vocals on all the Fuji songs, she carried them. And then she has a couple other things, like there's a couple unplugged things that she's done that's really good. But she is, yeah, she's a queen. She is a queen.
Yeah, I feel like she like maybe peaked a little bit soon. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her because I mean, like she did that. She had that one like amazing album and just kind of just disappeared. It was just like I don't know, the spotlight or just being in public. She got into her face. She had she has a number of kids, so maybe she got into the family business, or she just started hearing about her family, or like she just kind of wanted out of life. But it is that because like we would love to have more music from her. Like just
oh,
to
oh yeah,
she's
of
so
course, yeah.
talented. She's a great singer. She's a credible rapper. Like if you listen to her, what song was I listening to by Lauryn Hill? Um, it's I gotta look. It's like it's something that Kanye West sampled this.
Mm.
Um, it's what is it? Mystery of Iniquity. If you listen to her bars on it, they're so deep, they're so profound, and just so thoughtful. And I'm like, yo, nobody raps like this. Like she is incredible, you know. Like in songs she's featured on, like she hasn't been featured on a song, but like one of my favorite Nas song has her on it. Um, If I Rule the World, that's my favorite song by Nas, and a lot of it is because of her. You know, so yeah, she's amazing. You know, I'm a big Lauryn Hill fan. You know, um, when it comes to like, yeah, there's the '90s. Like, yeah, she's they're one of my favorites. So I saw her on the BET Awards not then over the summer. I was hyped. I was like, I gotta watch Lauryn Hill. Like she's there, So yeah,
Yeah,
good. That brings back memories. It's like, oh, I always have fond, think fondly of, think highly of Lauryn Hill. You know, so
yeah. Um, you'll have to check out it's a little different, but I'll have to check out I feel like I'll have to check out the girl group Cleopatra
hmm,
too.
I'm
They
not
came
familiar.
out in like 96 or 97, all girl group. They're all women of color. And
Okay,
yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, I think you would really like Cleopatra.
interesting. Because there's a lot of that's. I mean, I thought I knew all the girl groups. The black or women of color girl groups from the '90s. You had Destiny's Child, you had TLC, you had SWV, you got In Vogue, you got Escape. Um, and I thought that was mostly everybody. Let me see. Is there anybody else I'm missing outside of those? I mean, let me go to my '90s playlist and see if I'm missing anybody. But those five I thought was the majority. Let's see, '90s music.
Yeah, did you TLC?
Yeah, I said TLC. Yeah, TLC, SWV, Destiny's Child. Oh, Black. Black was another one. Let me see. How long ago did this album come out? This came out in '99. Yep. Black, one of my favorite songs of all time, Bring It All to Me, is by Black. Um,
Mm.
but and then you got KP and Envy. Envy is that a I want to is that an album or is that a person? Let me see. Let's see.
Uh, what was KCI and JoJo? Or
Yeah, that's a male group. Um,
mm.
um, see. Yeah, but those were solid things, like but yeah, and Vogue, Escape is one of my favorite songs of all time for sure. There's a male good, so yeah, and 702. Okay, that's the other one. 702 was another one that I'm missing.
Mm.
They were a good song. They have one of the most sampled songs of all time. Like "Get It Together," like "Ballin'" by Roddy Rich. Rich samples that. Um, Summer Walker sampled that. Like it's one of the most sampled songs of all time. Or maybe it's not. "Who Can I Run To" might be that song. I mean, "Get It Together." Who can I run to might be one of the most ones. But yeah. Oh yeah. Look, I'm looking at my '90s playlist. This is solid. Yeah, and you got like a lot of male ones that are good too. You know, Shy, uh, Quad City DJs. That's like not even main thing. Ghost Town DJs, Fugees, of course. Um, you know, Mint Condition, Tony Tone, Roots. You got all types here. Solid. Groove Theory. Groove Theory was great. That's one girl. That's one the one song they have is one of my favorites. But yeah, no, it's a vibe. The '90s are definitely a vibe. You know, I'm always happy to be able to.
Yeah, yeah. Like I feel like it's very like soft and smooth music.
Mm-hmm.
It
Wholesome.
kind of has like those good R&B harmonies.
Yeah, exactly. There's not many groups nowadays. Like, how many groups do you really be hearing from now? Like, there are no groups. There are no groups. Like, I'm trying to think, who's a group? Who's an R&B group nowadays? I don't know nobody. There was like them little kids, mindless behavior
Mm.
for a little while, but they're not around no more. So, but yeah, groups used to be the way, but now it's like everybody want to be solo. You know, so
Yeah. And then I feel like there was a yeah, there was like a wave of like solo artists in like in like late early aughts. Like there was uh there was like Soldier Boy, and there's an artist called Hurricane that I think was out for a very
Hurricane
short time.
Hurricane Chris. I remember that. I forget what songs he had, but he had some bangers. He had a couple bangers. He was the one that did like "Hey Baby," like that song. Hey baby, hey baby, hey baby, hey baby, baby. Halle Berry. Yep. I got that. He's still making music. Halle Berry. Yep. Hey baby. Yep. That those two. He was on the hand clap. Okay, he was featured on that. Okay. Headboard. Let me see. I gotta listen to this man's song. He had a couple bangers. I can't believe he's been coming out with music this whole time. I don't know who listened to this man, but yeah, he did have a couple good. He had a good run. You know what I'm saying? Oops, I accidentally clicked on a video. Yikes! I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, you know. But yeah. So, but yeah, man. I mean, it's been interesting get to reminisce and talk about these kinds of things with you, man. So, I see. It looks like you
Yeah,
got
this is a good time. We're actually running out of time on the
yeah.
podcast. So is there anything else that you want to say?
Yeah, man. So you can catch me if anybody see. I know you're probably not gonna post this today, but I got this. So it's Laugh for the Youngins tonight, 8 o'clock. You can see the name is at P4 Hub in Philly. This is I'm gonna plug that. It's gonna be pretty big. It's gonna be a popping show. There's a documentary that we're doing as well about what it's like to be a comedian, up and coming comedian in a scene where they're going to be filming at the show. They're going to be filming a lot of places. They've been filming a lot of different places where we've had shows that leading up to this show, but this is like kind of the big culmination of everything. So, it's a real good time. 4537 Wayne Avenue, P4 Hub going on. Um, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a vibe. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. Um, so it's gonna be fun. But that's really all I'll say for now.
Sounds good. Thank you for being on. This has been Michael Beavers on Drew and Me, and
Yes,
he has a
sir.
show in Philadelphia tonight. So check it
Sounds
out.
good. Any more in the future? Check me out on
Let
Instagram.
us
Leave it to
know?
Beavers. Leave it to
Can
Beavers is my
you
Instagram.
let us know the address of the show one more time?
4537 Wayne Avenue.
All right, check it out.
No, yeah. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. Leave it to Beavers. So that's where it is. All right. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Thanks for having me. All right.
Thank you, Michael, and thank
Thank
you
you,
guys for
man.
listening.